health facilities as a result of poor road network in my constituency, which, if not fixed, is going to hamper the day-to-day activities of the constituency. And there are certain things that are not just privileges, but they're rights, and which we need to at least give them priority and at least fix them. As a result of that, there is this said road in my constituency. I want to repeat it again, and I will continue repeating it until and unless the road issue has been addressed or my term elapses as a member of parliament in this constituency. That is the road coming from the main road of the from the main road. That is the road from Tinkinjo, Kiskis, Kulukule, Sanunding, down to how do you call it, Diabu Basilla. Is a road that is connecting 18 isolated communities in that constituency, and it has a population of 19,000 people in that constituency. And again, the feeder road is also connecting 3 constituencies, and again is a road that is of 36 kilometers. So I believe this should be put into consideration as far as there are people living within the vicinity of this road, and they are Gambian for that matter, and taxpayers for that matter, and I believe the national cake that should be divided to each and every individual in this country, they are also entitled to it. So this is why I will always advocate for it, and I will keep on advocating for it until and unless I see that it has been addressed. And again, Honorable Minister, for water resources, we have seen, and I also want to commend you for the tremendous jobs that you're doing for the people of this country. But notwithstanding, we still have inadequate access to potable, clean drinking water in the same constituency, which I've been saying, water is not a privilege, but water is a right. And as my honorable colleague made mention of, the honorable member from Sandu, that there are a lot of isolated communities, especially, sorry to mention, but like especially these flood communities, you understand? And they are with their herds of cattle, with these small ruminants, which they are even leaving the Gambian soil, going into the interior part of Senegal, which we are losing when it comes to soil amendment, because we are farmers, and we believe that these fertilizers that we are using, they are harmful or detrimental to our lives. So we believe if we can keep these herds of cattle or small ruminant in our country, it will go a long way in at least trying to address the issue of land in or soil amendment in this country. So I believe you pay attention to that. Yes, and we don't want a replica of that in this country anymore. People should be free. Let us dialogue. Let us do whatever we want to do. They should maintain peace and order in this country. But again, those in the authorities should not threaten our people with live bullets, Madam Speaker. This should not happen in this country. Where are we heading to as a country, as a nation, when people in authorities are standing in platforms and nobody condemned it? I believe the executive should have even come with a statement condemning that. That is not good. I, as a member of parliament, and I believe whosoever is representing the interests of this country, of this nation, should condemn this. We should not. And as a parliament, we should even give a statement to condemn this. This should not happen. Where are we heading to? These are our people. These are our brothers and sisters. Why should we threaten their life with live bullets? There are series of security threats in this country. Nobody is paying attention to them. We are giving a deaf ear to them. My vehicle was attacked last year. and there were some stolen properties. This year again, as I am speaking to you, my vehicle has been attacked again. As a member of parliament, if that is happening to me, what about an ordinary citizen in this country? People's lives are threatening. What are we doing to address that? As people representative and as executive, what are we doing to address that? Breaking of people's houses, stealing from small ruminants and large ruminants.
You have about 2 more minutes.
Thank you for that. Again, breaking of people's cars, vandalizing people's properties, attacking people on the streets, stealing from schools items, and many more. What are we doing to address some of these issues? But because people want to exercise their rights, they are threatening. And again, that hot water cannon that the government, I don't know whether they purchased or not, that money could have been used to buy fire tenders, to address that issue of firefighters in this country. But that is not happening. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me the floor.
Thank you. Please, may I just appeal to honorable members for us to stay in the session, because actually, it's not a request, but the honorable ministers have been asked to be here, and they have been here since morning. But I have just observed that after intervention, honorable members just pack up and go, which I think is not, is really, I understand the upper river guys, but I think we should strategize. Let's strategize. We cannot leave the seats empty. Then we will not have a quorum. And then the essence of the whole adjournment debate to discuss issues, raise them up for honorable ministers to address them, who will be defeated. So I'm just making an appeal to honorable members just to exercise patience. I'm sure very soon we will finish the session. And thank you very much. Honorable member for Sami. We can make the interventions very short and precise so that we'll
Thank you very much,
you.
Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. I would also like to thank the ministers who are present here today. And Madam Speaker, first of all, what I would like to say is that unity and peace. We are all leaders. All of us who are here, we are leaders. Whatever we say, whatever we do is very, very important. As a leader, if you are going to say something which is going to bring people together and which is going to bring peace. Because you have so many people behind you. And as Mandika said, yes, if you burn your house, you will suffer. If you think that if I say this, nothing will come out of it, you don't know, you might be the first person to face the consequences. So this country belongs to all of us. Let us come together and develop this country. Madam Speaker, the second thing that I would like to say is education. No country can develop without better education. I don't know whether the Honorable Minister for Education is here or not. And yesterday there were some questions for her, but unfortunately she was not around. And we could not have a better education when the environments are not conducive. That is when the teaching and learning materials are not available. In my constituency, there are schools there, new schools. But those schools, there are no permanent structures, they are temporal structures. Like now, the rainy season is coming. There will be no learning taking place in those places. And we said we want to bring quality in the system. Schools like Boostown and Khaled, those are new schools. There is nothing there. no furniture, no permanent structures. So I would like the Honorable Minister, Education, or whoever is here, you can relate to her or to his ministry, that let them at least try and do something. We have been saying some of these things, and we will continue to say it, because we are here for that. We must say it. Honorable Speaker, let me go to health. Health is also a right, it's not a privilege. And as National Assembly members, whatever we say here, know that it is something true. Whatever we say, it is something true. Because we always get in touch with our people. We know their problems. We want their problems to be solved. I personally, I wrote a series of letters to the Ministry of Health with regard to this issue, that is Same Medina. There is a health center there. They have an ambulance. But the people, with regard to the driver, they are paying the driver, they themselves. And the maintenance. So I wrote a series of letters. So I'm appealing to the Minister of Health, please help these people. They are finding it very difficult to pay a driver. They have to charge each other and pay the driver. So I would like your ministry to come in and assist them. After that, I also like to go to agriculture. The agricultural minister came here. He said that this time fertilizers will be given to farmers at the right time and at their doorsteps. So we will see what will happen. Because for past years, we have seen what was happening. Our people, they complain a lot about that. But we are happy that she said this time there is going to be changes. And also, I would like to thank the finance minister for coming up these small ruminant projects. I always talk about this here. Anytime I talk about small ruminants, because I know the importance of small ruminants. If you see I'm talking today, it's because of small ruminants. Yes, they contributed a lot to my education. So this is why I always talk about it. When I saw that project, I was very happy. It seems as the finance minister was in my mind. So I thank him for that. But what I would want to add to that is that the best breeds, if they want, let them go to Sami. The best breeds are there. Yes. When it is time for Tobaski sow, they know the agricultural minister is here. They know the best breeds are there. And if they are to give these small ruminants to the farmers, let them not just buy this small ruminant and give it to the farmers. Let them involve the farmers themselves. Let them involve the farmers themselves. Because you might give them a species which you know that if they take it to another place, it may not suffer there. So involve the farmers, let them choose it for themselves, rather than bringing other breeds that cannot, be able to sustain in those places. And Honorable Minister, Agriculture, drinking points. If we go to other areas, the reason why our animals are moving from place to place is because of these drinking points. They are not functioning. So if those drinking points are functioning, the animals will not move, as stated by Honorable Member for Tuwana. They contribute a lot. Fertilizer, milk, and other things. But today, some of the animals are in Nyani. Why are they there? Because of water and food. Honorable Speaker, I have to go to Ministry of Transport. They are doing it very well. I must thank them very well. Because I always say it here that if you close 5 minutes, I will wrap it. I will just quickly wrap. If you close your eyes, you just see yourself in Sami. But there are so many feeder villages there, feeder roads. They are far inside, from Lamenkoto to Kunting, from this place, Karantaba, to Reneru, where you have businessmen there. But during the rainy season, they find it very difficult to transport their goods to that place. It's a concern. And I'm appealing to the Honorable Minister for Transport. I said it here. I want you to engage the ferries management team. You know, the only health center that we have, major health center, is Bansa. When there are emergencies, I said, please try to be in touch with him so that when there is emergency, let them allow those people working on the ferry at least to help those emergency guys. I want, please, you try and talk to the people there, the ferry management team, so that they can allow them. Or else, my people will suffer. And I would be very happy for you to, liaise with him so that he can leave them.
Member for Nyani.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for giving me the floor. I also add my voice to my colleagues and extend my sympathy to those in URR and CRR for the disaster which happened in their area. I just shot in some of my bullet points and add my voice to other colleagues on those things that is about the flood. At one time, my first deliberation on this flood, I talk about hippos. Everybody was laughing. But now it has expanded to other areas. And this is why we are talking about it to address it as soon as possible. So they don't have anything to eat in my area, now they have transferred. So the mindset can judge it from that end, and we see how best we can address it. The other thing is about going to the area to see what has happened there. I've said it here, my 4.5 million is lying down at disaster. Since now, still now, nothing has been done on it. The rain is just coming again. So how are we going to address it? You are saying, let them go, mine is there, no action. So the said mine can still judge it. The vice president is here. The former vice president, I talked to her, I went to her, I couldn't get any feedback from her. The second one also, we started, nothing has happened. I think maybe the third one, we'll look into it and see how best they can address my problem. The other one is about agriculture. People will talk here about agriculture. I don't contribute because I know what is in agriculture. Last time, as my colleague is saying, the small ruminant framework agreement was laid here. I served for agriculture for 38 years. Alhamdulillah, I'm still part of agriculture as a member of the committee, and I'm still farming. But the major problem on these agriculture issues, attitude, commitment. The agriculture minister is here. He knows me very well in agriculture. Wherever I go, I leave a legacy there. Whenever you join me with somebody for a walk, I set a record on that because I always make a commitment on that activities. So, but the problem is, my colleagues here from Tumala has said, we need a C-store, We need a milling machine. Go to the villages. You'll find a seed store. A seed of Colgate has been blown. Nobody will replace it. The project will come again, we need a seed store. What about the other seed store? The wind has blown the corrugate. Where is the corrugate? Nobody will see it. So that is other part of your attitude. And you didn't make it as an ownership on those projects which are there. The small remnant, my colleague has said, get a good breed, go to Sami. By now, Sami should have supplied us a lot of small remnant because of commitment and what they normally have there. Sorry to say, why I'm saying this, we have to change our attitude. If you don't change our attitude, project will come and go. I once met a farmer, cooperative president. I used to meet him at my friend, he's a commercial manager. Anytime I go there during the session, he said, empty bags. President, why empty bags? The state has exhausted, empty bags will finish. Every year, this latter part, you have to buy your empty bag, you have to load it on your head, you empty it at the circle. At the end of the day, who suffered? So, this is the problem. The small remnant, we started here. Why not we go back to the old houses, so the old pens, so that the small remnant, the project which comes, let him go there. What about former animals which were there? Where are they? It has been stolen, it has been died. We went to a tour. We went to the community. They gave them almost 30 rams. Where are the rams? 3 was left. Where are the others? The money we share it among ourselves because Thomas is coming. Coming. So where will we be?
I call on the Honorable Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Let me also assure myself the sympathy that you express, disaster that happens in URR and CRR. Let me also express my sympathy to the National Assembly members of CRR and URR. It is the will of Allah, and there is little that one can do. But I think disaster management, which I believe is under the Minister of Environment, will certainly do their job to make sure that this problem is addressed. Honorable Speaker, my contribution, I will start with the word commitment and discipline. If we want to move this country ahead, we have to be committed. We have to be disciplined. Madam Speaker, why I say this, even at places, the time to work is 8 o'clock, and you will see some staff, some members comes at a very late hour, which of course is not proper. We have to be committed if we want to push this nation forward. My second point is about, that goes to the Minister of Health. Madam Speaker, it appears that this country, diabetes and hypertension is becoming a problem. All over, urban area, rural area, everywhere. I'm asking the Minister of Health to seriously look into this issue and to know exactly what are the causes. A little boy with diabetes, a little boy with hypertension. I think there is a need of research on this issue so that we know where we are heading to. My other point, Honorable Speaker, that is about GAMTEL. The Minister of Information is on a tour. I saw it in GRTS, informing the Gambians about the new development that will come to GAMTEL. That's fine, it's welcome, and I hope the staff of GAMTEL will certainly move that development far ahead so that we can achieve what we want. Madam Speaker, GAMTEL suffered for the past 22 years. Their main source of income is GAMTEL Gamtel Gateway. This gateway has been taken from Gamtel and given to foreign companies for the past 22 years. That makes Gamtel to suffer. That makes Gamtel to be where it is. Before then, the First Republic, Madam Speaker, Gamtel was one of the best parastatal in the country, and of course in the sub-region. Their collections was so great that at the end of every year, they pay their contribution to the government, and at the same time pay bonus to their staffs. But within this limit of time, Gamtel has collapsed. But now with this new program, I think Gamtel will revive, and at the same time, I'm appealing to the government to return Gamtel Gateway back to Gamtel. That's only the way that we can help this parastatal. Then, on the issue of Minister of Environment, Madam Speaker, we are just, I think the rain season has started in some part of this country. We didn't have it yet, but I think it started in URR and CRR. Madam Speaker, I think this year, every Gambian, we should take it upon ourselves. This tree planting exercise. This tree planting exercise should be a business of every citizen in this country, all regions, because it's very necessary. It's very necessary, Madam Speaker, our environments are dying. Our big trees, people go and cut all our trees, and then we are just facing like going to desert. It is only in the Kiangs where you can have trees all over. But even in Kiangs, gradually, people are cutting all our trees for their own individual benefits. And we don't want to be as people of Badibu, because Badibu is almost desert. There is no tree. We want to make sure that this year the Minister of Environment is from Badibu. Let him make sure that all citizens in Badibu to go out in full plague to do a tree planting exercise so that they can recover their land. On the other issue, Madam Speaker, is about
you or say anything about it. This is why we're talking about it. We are in doubt. And we've seen that this is happening. I think the authority need to do something, because the authority are not bringing anything to the National Assembly members to know what they are up to about the National Assembly issues or their staffs. And this is a serious issue. This is the body we think is the highest body in this assembly. So if other committees are bringing reports every time to the authorities, which are the OPEC body of the assembly, is not bringing anything. You don't hear anything from them. I think we should look into it very seriously. This is why our last adjournment debate before this, I said the authority, if they cannot perform, let them leave, and we have some people who can perform very well. So I think it is a serious issue, and the authority, if they are looking into this, let them come and tell us how far they are with this issue. We want to know that. And also, the other thing I wanted to talk about is, Madam Speaker, in 2017, the then Minister of Finance brought here 2 bills about the 0% on right reduction. And when he came here, we asked him, how much do you think the government will save for this on the 0%? He said it can save $70 million per year. But Madam Speaker, as we speak today, we don't realize or see any impact on this rice reduction. Because the rice, since 2017, we can see the rice, the price of bag of rice is increasing, but it's not decreasing. So what is the essence of bringing 0% to rice reduction? And what is the government doing at the moment? Whether this 0% is still going on or not? Because we are losing this 70 million, as he said, this 10%. And also, we are not seeing any reduction in the rice, in the bag of rice. So I think it's better if the minister is here, let him explain to us what is going now. Is this going still now? We want an explanation on that. And also the other bill that was brought by the then minister also was the vehicle policy in 2017. And he said that we will save $300 million per year. But Madam Speaker, since now we do not realize and we don't hear anything about that. And when the present minister came here last time, we asked him, he said that nothing has been implemented yet, but he will look at it holistically and he will furnish the assembly of what happened. But still now we don't hear from him. We want to hear from him also about this big policy issue. Because the minister came here and promised that this will happen and it will save a lot for the Gambia. It's a saving for the Gambia. But unfortunately, this is what is happening. This is how when he brought these people who are clapping here, I said, people, you don't clap for the executive when they bring this type of bill sometimes. Look, let's wait and see at the end what will happen. And we see what happened at the end. Nothing is realized. So you have to be very careful when this executive brought some of these bills. You have to scrutinize it very well and know what is it. This is why I'm happy the trend we are using now, that when any bill that comes will be referred to the committee. Because by then, bills are not referred to the committee. When it comes, sometimes we will find a bill in our tables, the same day we approve it, do everything. But now, this approach is very good, and I'm very happy with the approach, Madam Speaker. So the next thing I wanted to go, Madam Speaker, is many people talk about water. Water is a problem. Every National Assembly member is talking about water in this area. Madam Speaker, I have 46.
I think you've exceeded your time.
Oh,
yes. Yes, I think so.
It's finished.
Just a second.
Okay.
No, just a second. I'll confirm.
Let me confirm. No.
Yeah. Okay, you still have some few minutes more.
How many minutes?
You have about 4 minutes more.
Okay. Madam Speaker, water is a problem for all the NAMs complaining about water. And I think I have 46 villages in my area. Madam Speaker, as I'm speaking to you, less than 10 of the villages have safe drinking water. So I think the minister should consider some of these villages, because a member from Sandu said it here, that if you want to say that some communities cannot have water because of their size, it is a problem. They pay rates as other communities pay. So they have all right to have water. So if you want to say these villages should not have water because of their size, I think that's discriminating, and which we should not encourage. Madam Speaker, as time is not on my side and I have a lot of things to say, Madam Speaker, I wanted to talk about TRRC, which yesterday they brought here something that they have an areas. Madam Speaker, I'm not against about investigators. Investigation is good, but Madam Speaker, I think this...
Observation, please, Honorable Speaker.
The commission, sorry. The commission of inquiry. Yes.
And what he said.
I said...
No, not you, Honorable Member for Pony. Lower Salo.
Yeah, he said...
Can I hear you?
Yeah, it was observation that he made. He said TRRC whilst is commission of inquiry.
To make their interventions, but if we do cite interruptions, it will disturb the proceedings. Thank you. But I'm sure he would have corrected
Madam Speaker,
himself.
let me refer you to the Constitution, transition and constitutional provisions. As Schedule 2, Section 13. Madam Speaker, I need an explanation from the Minister of Justice about the whole issue of Commission of Inquiry. Because here it says to me that Section 13 says, no member of the Armed Forces Provisional Ruling Council, any person appointed minister by the Armed Forces Provisional Ruling Council or other appointees of the Armed Forces Provisional Ruling Council shall be held liable, answerable before a court or authority or under the Constitution or any other law, either jointly or severally